Welcome back to our Reading Through the Bible in a Year. And our reading brings us to the last few chapters of Job. And we're going to move right into the introduction of the book of Ecclesiastes. And this is what I want you to be looking for. In this chapter, here at the very end of Job 38 through, again, Ecclesiastes 10, we're going to see in Job 38, God finally speaks. And he's going to give two speeches, but they both have to do with the same thing, which is really the question, Job, who do you think you are? You now have become God's counselor and God's guide. You see, Job had forgotten that God is not only creator, but he's also infinite in his wisdom. That is, God has an infinite mind. So sometimes to get a handle on our humanity, we need to be made aware of who we are and who we are not. And what wisdom, when we ask ourselves, do we really possess that can change the future or guide the realities of life? We've got to get a handle on how much do we actually understand and know about this creation? How much do we understand about the animal kingdom? He's going to talk about the behavior of animals and all according to God's design. And he'll point out things that we don't even understand about the animal kingdom. Then he begins in chapter 40. And the question is that he said, are you going to accuse me, Job, of evil? Are you going to attempt to correct my infinite wisdom? In other words, Job, have you in your arrogance fallen into wanting to become my instructor? And you're going to take the wisdom that you have and then correct mine? He talks about how far has your arrogance gone, even though it's subtle and we may not know it's arrogance. But the question is, can you control? And he uses this term behemoth. It's actually the Hebrew word behemoth. We don't know what it was, but it talks about his tail swinging like a tree, a cypress tree. So some even think it was an ancient reference to a brontosaurus. Or if you're going to go fishing, Job, if you're so wise and powerful, why don't you take a hook and stick it into Leviathan? And again, we're not sure exactly what Leviathan is, except for possibly this huge prehistoric animal, and showing how out even the animal kingdom, how small man is physically in power and in his wisdom as well. The main issue really that's summarized in the last couple of chapters of Job is the main issue of the whole book. And that is simply this: God is infinite mind, and we're finite mind. And we're finite minds trying to perceive and fully understand infinite thinking. Well, just think of a triangle upside down. Here's God's infinite mind trying to be absorbed and understood by our finite minds. You're trying to push this into this. There's going to be spillage, and that spillage is called mystery. And that's really the theme. The theme of Job is not why do innocent people suffer, because he never answers that, but rather how does a finite mind person relate to an infinite mind of creator, and that is through trust. Well, finally, Job gets it. He finally gets it, and then God blesses him for that. Well, we'll pick this up again with your next reading. Be faithful. We'll see you then.